They are two of the world's hottest pop culture icons.
At least once a day I ask myself, how did this happen? How did we get here?
They've lived their lives in the glare of the spotlight.
Mary-Kate and I rock out all the time.
They've become among the most wealthy entertainers on the planet.
We both are. We both do pretty well.
But the road to dominance has been anything but easy.
I get carried away. I have to tone myself down sometimes.
A lifelong battle for privacy.
The scary part is the paparazzi that chases us.
Sibling rivalry.
That's the only thing we really can actually get into a fight over.
A life-threatening eating disorder.
We just keep moving forward in everything we do, and, you know, we enjoy the moment that we're living.
And heavily scrutinized lifestyles.
When you call yourself a role model, you're setting yourself up for something, and we're not out here to say, you know, live this way. We do what we can. We live our lives with integrity.
So the question is, how did this dazzling sister act go from TV's most beloved suburban tots to self-made business tycoons? And how did they continue to capture the attention of the world simply by being themselves? Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were born to be.
My mother always wanted me to be a lawyer.
A doctor.
An architect like my father.
My dad insisted on medical school.
I was always expected to be a part of the family business.
A bank manager.
But
I was born to be.
On June 13, 1986, in Sherman Oaks, California, David and Jarnette Olsen welcomed daughters Ashley Fuller and Mary-Kate into the world. Right from the beginning, the girls were pros at making an entrance, as the parents-to-be were only expecting one baby. With the arrival of twins, the Olsen household went from cozy to downright bustling in the blink of an eye. When the girls were just 5 months old, Jarnette brought them to audition for a sitcom pilot called Full House. Enchanted by the baby's calm demeanor, director Joel Zwick hired them on the spot for the character of Michelle Tanner. It was a decision that would ignite a 2-decade-long pop culture revolution.
if you asked anyone on Full House, like 18 years ago, if we'd be here today, everyone would be like, no chance.
Full House debuted in the fall of 1987 and was a colossal success. The show became the backbone of Friday night television, and the girls were overnight sensations.
We like to keep our fans close to us and let them know what's going on in our lives. Because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, and we owe it to them.
Over the next few seasons, the adorable tots won the hearts of millions of viewers around the world. Mary-Kate and Ashley were literally growing up before the public eye.
I think it's because we've grown up in this business. We've been doing it since we were 9 months old, that there wasn't that awkward shift of being famous and not being famous.
Fans were so enamored with the lovable toddlers, they voted them number 2 in a celebrity poll, second to none other than beloved TV dad Bill Cosby. While the show was wildly successful, Mary-Kate and Ashley were still only making a measly $4,000 per episode. With help from friends, the Olsens assembled a stellar team of industry pros to champion for better rates for the girls. And soon enough, the girls' paychecks skyrocketed from $4,000 to $25,000 each per episode.
I mean, we just worked, and we're so fortunate enough to have the fans that we have.
The newly formed Olsen team had an unshakable vision for Mary-Kate and Ashley to capitalize on their vast popularity by tapping into the uncharted territory of the tween market.
This is what we're into. This is what the market's missing.
In 1993, the Olsen team launched Dual Star Entertainment, dedicated solely to creating projects for the rising stars. And in a bold and unprecedented move, Mary-Kate and Ashley were named co-founders and executive producers of the company.
Producers do everything. They make every decision as to locations and then to casting, and it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
At 6 years old, the infallible duo became the youngest producers in entertainment history.
The only pressure is really the pressure we put on ourselves. We don't really think of all of our responsibilities as pressures.
But the success carried an unexpected social responsibility. With so many young children following Mary-Kate and Ashley's every move, the girls had become unwitting role models.
Well, they, placed that name upon us when we were very young. you know, through the press and whatnot, and we didn't, you know, really feel comfortable being put in that, you know, situation, because we are kids. We still are, you know, and we'll be doing, you know, the same kid things as everyone else. So, women, kids, all right. All right.
Cast and crew on Full House grew concerned that the girls were working too much and that there was no time left for them to enjoy a normal childhood. Surrounded by adults, Mary-Kate and Ashley quickly became older than their years.
When we were about 7 and 8 years old, we'd be on location, and we'd have so many older people around us that would just play really good music, and we'd be listening to like Van Morrison and, you know, who else would we listen to? The Eagles and the Beatles and Rolling Stones.
There's no arguing that Ashley and Mary-Kate managed to successfully juggle school, Full House, and the growing demands of dual-star entertainment. And they did it with the same perspective, the same optimistic approach they maintain to this day.
If you really want to do it, you know, stick to it and keep going for it, because so many people will tell you no, or you're not good at, you know, this or that. So
did you
stay true to yourself, and you'll be fine.
The public adored the girls' All-American image, and Dual Star continued to expand at an alarming rate, adding dolls and books to their outrageously popular straight-to-video enterprise. The twins even briefly explored the world of music.
When was our last CD? We were
Years
like 10.
ago.
Unlike fellow teen stars like Lindsay Lohan and Jesse McCartney, Mary-Kate and Ashley were always aware that music was just a hobby.
We like to sing to ourselves and in the shower, in the car, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how successful we'd be at that.
Music aside, the twins' hard work was paying off in spades. Mary-Kate and Ashley became the youngest self-made millionaires in the history of North America. But their world soon came crumbling down around them when ABC announced the cancellation of Full House after 8 victorious seasons. The news came as a devastating blow to Mary-Kate and Ashley. The two had grown up on the set, and the cast and crew were like a second family to the girls. After a tearful final curtain call, the twins tried to shift their focus to Dual Star and the comforts of home, where things only went from bad to worse. The girls had lost the roles that had defined their fame.
You have to, like, not be affected by it.
And it was obvious to everyone that they would need to take drastic action to sustain their popularity.
We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna live our lives.
But no one could have forecasted the drastic measures required
Step out of it.
to avoid child actor obscurity.
We like to keep certain things for ourselves.
And even fewer could have predicted how dramatically they'd impact the lives of these tiny millionaires.
We haven't really thought about the past. We just keep moving forward in everything we do.
Coming up on Born to Be. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were just babies when they were introduced to the magical world of show business. Their infectious charm and wholesome demeanor helped them carve out a multi-million-dollar niche business in the highly profitable tween market. Born into fame, but like many others, had sweated for their success.
We've worked our whole lives, and, you know, we know that we earned it. We've worked so hard, and I think it's just so nice to see that nowadays. People, you know, earning their success. I think it's very important.
But their fairy tale existence was soon overshadowed by a double shot of catastrophe. First came the cancellation of Full House. After 8 glorious seasons, life with the Tanners had come to an end. With their on-set family dissolved, the girls retreated to the Olsen homestead for support and guidance.
We've always had each other and a huge family, and I think it was really important for us to keep really amazing, you know, people in our lives that could keep us grounded, and also having each other.
But home proved to be far from reassuring, as it was here where they were hit even harder by the second blow, the earth-shattering news of their parents' imminent divorce. Everything Ashley and Mary-Kate had ever known and loved was falling apart. The girls retreated from the spotlight to focus on school and family. The twins also still enjoyed the love and support of their surrogate family from Full House.
We go on these full house dinners still, where we meet with the cast, and we go out to dinner, and we laugh a lot.
They're like our second families, and it's just something that I think we've all felt was really important, is to just stay in touch, and we all love each other so much. It's really rare to find that, actually.
It was in 1998 that Ashley and Mary-Kate decided they were ready to try their hand at television again. Two of a Kind was a show about a single father raising twin sisters. The vehicle was tailor-made for the girls, but it lacked the magic of Full House. After just one season, the poorly rated show was canned. Distraught, frustrated, and facing their first ever career failure, Mary-Kate and Ashley headed back to Dual Star to continue the expansion of their growing enterprise. By 2000, the savvy 14-year-olds were now worth an estimated $20 million each. They also used every opportunity to give back to the community.
We are really involved with Make-A-Wish.
We actually don't usually talk about things like that. We are involved in charity. We don't usually say specific names just because it's a personal thing. And
we like to keep certain things for ourselves.
In 2001, the energetic teens got on board as executive producers and stars of a brand new sitcom called So Little Time. The feel-good comedy program quickly gained momentum and was snapped up for a second season. But then the unthinkable happened. Mary-Kate, the younger sister by 2 minutes, was nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award for her work on the show, and Ashley was not. The incident was excruciatingly painful for the tight-knit siblings.
I think just because we have each other, we've been able to be so supportive of each other. I couldn't do this without her. Being a twin, you just have this weird connection that you can't really explain.
The incident also served as a wake-up call for two adolescents desperately in need of developing a sense of individuality. The girls had shared equal billing in their careers from day one, and the change was long overdue. Mary-Kate and Ashley were growing up fast, and they wanted to experience life away from the pressures of their demanding twin persona. After much thought, the girls made the difficult decision to cancel the show after just one season. The gregarious high schoolers now set their sights on some very important business: homework, shopping, and boys. The tabloids had a field day.
It's funny, someone will be like, I didn't know you were dating so-and-so. Like, neither did I, you know, I didn't.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. He's hot. You just can't read it. You can't, for us, we just can't read it. We can't.
And if you're going to, you have to, like, not be affected by it.
You have to laugh. You have to
laugh it off.
In reality, Ashley began dating Columbia University quarterback Matt Kaplan. Then, Mary-Kate hooked up with her own resident hottie, entertainment heir David Katzenberg, and double dating became a career unto itself. Meanwhile, Dual Star's business was booming as usual. The company went global with the launch of a trendy new clothing and cosmetics line, and sales hit an all-time high.
We only have things in our line that we would wear or would like to wear in our line. That's very important to us. One of the main questions that we get with our audience is, where do you get your clothes? You know, we love them, so we figured if we did a fashion line that had all the things that we like and incorporated into the clothes, and it was affordable and for everyone, for all of our audiences, and just convenient, then, it's easy, and you get to wear the clothes that, we wear and we would love to wear as well.
By 2002, Mary-Kate and Ashley had landed themselves a coveted spot on the prestigious Forbes 100 list.
It's a compliment. I mean, there's no pressure because we're not out there to do bad things and ruin our image and what we're all about, because we are who we say we are, and we wouldn't pretend to be anyone else or anything less.
Wanting to showcase their newfound maturity and make a break from their straight-to-video enterprise, the sisters decided to take the risky leap to the big screen. It was a bold move, fraught with an overwhelming potential for disaster.
We're very private people, so the thought of a camera being there, nuts.
The twins were looking to break free of their mold.
What are you, a couple of monsters?
But how would this new course affect the lives of the high-profile pair?
It can get scary, and it'll hopefully one day die down a little bit.
And what would force at least one of them to come face-to-face with a life-threatening illness when Born to Be continues?
get what you try new
unbelievable rise to the top hasn't always been easy. They've had their fair share of heartache, endured growing pains in the public eye, and learned about the hazards of fame the hard way. In an effort to shake things up and make a break from their straight-to-video enterprise,
Hang on, people.
the sisters decided to take the risky leap to the big screen in 2002.
We haven't spent the day together in years.
New York Minute was shot in Toronto and New York City, and the project ushered in the twins' first attempt to bridge the gap between their loyal tween audience and older age groups. Unfortunately, the film was a bona fide flop. Critics universally gave the flick the thumbs down, and moviegoers genuinely didn't know what to make of the Olsens' awkward teenage antics.
Full party's over, Flubber, grab a towel.
Too old to continue making videos about sleepovers and unprepared to branch out into more dramatic material, Mary-Kate and Ashley found themselves at a crossroads.
Snap out of it.
And as if that wasn't enough, Matt Kaplan, Ashley's first love and boyfriend of 3 years, abruptly ended their relationship just days before the film premiere.
My bad.
By the age of 18, the girls had now felt the sting of their first commercial flop and the crushing blows of heartache, all while blossoming into red-hot knockouts whose every move was captured by the frenzied paparazzi. But the sisters had far more pressing issues on their minds, namely the senior prom. In the midst of preparations for the most important night of their lives, the girls were made an offer they couldn't refuse. The much sought-after stars were invited to host the massively popular season finale of Saturday Night Live. Trouble was, the show was scheduled to air the same night as the prom. Once again, Mary-Kate and Ashley were forced to choose between their careers and their personal lives. And as happened so many times in the past, their careers took precedence. Upon graduation, the sisters announced they'd be attending New York University in the fall. The move was Mary-Kate and Ashley's first venture away from family and friends. And when reports began to surface alleging Mary-Kate was suffering from an eating disorder, there was cause for alarm. Although Mary-Kate repeatedly denied any problems, her stick-thin appearance suggested otherwise. When the petite brunette's frame continued to diminish at an alarming rate, her family staged a dramatic emergency intervention, and Mary-Kate was entered into rehab for a life-threatening eating disorder. After a successful recovery, Mary-Kate emerged healthy, happy, and ready to tackle the challenges of a new life on the East Coast. That summer, the girls became synonymous with the hipster trend, boho chic, a casual and bohemian style popularized by sexy Brits Sienna Miller.
And, you know, Kate Moss. Love you
Moss
too.
is unreal.
Mary-Kate's style was decidedly more rock and roll. Her just-woke-up tousled hair and piles of costume jewelry referenced the 1970s vibe. Ashley took a more grown-up and sophisticated approach to style, keeping her platinum blonde locks a bit more tame and displaying a penchant for clean lines and icy cool glamour. When the New York Times crowned the dazzling duo the reigning queens of dumpster chic, the girls cemented their position as international style icons. No longer just the Olsen twins, Mary-Kate and Ashley were finally being respected as individuals, something they had dreamed of their entire lives. Their newfound individuality was also reflected in their studies at NYU. A highly individualized program at the Gallatin School of the Arts allowed Ashley and Mary-Kate to spend 50% of their time in the classroom, and the other 50% gaining experience in the real world. Mary-Kate landed a prestigious internship with famed photographer Annie Leibovitz.
I really wanted to know how her mind sort of worked. I think she has an amazing eye, and I just wanted to observe her and see how she worked, and it was just very interesting to kind of look at her and her thought process.
Ashley earned her credits as an assistant to fashion maverick Zach Posen.
Talk about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I interned for Zach Posen this year, and it was really amazing. I got to work with him right before the fashion show, and it was crazy to see it all come together. It was a great experience, though.
What did he teach you?
God, I guess really how to pull a line together from different inspirations and really work closely with his people and really friendly, and he's so nice to everyone that he works with, and everyone responds to that, and you can always handle business in such a friendly way.
Sadly, the paparazzi interest had reached a whole new level of insanity in New York, and the dedicated students couldn't leave the house without being hounded by the press.
So where do you draw the line about what you want people to know about you? Because especially with fans, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So where do you guys draw the line?
Very true. You know, if we have a say, usually it's, you know, what's in our personal lives that, you know, we don't want everywhere. You guys usually find out about it anyhow, but, you know, that's kind of where we'd like to draw the line, although I don't think it's really up to us at this point.
Yeah, the media kind of grabs a hold of that and
runs.
The scary part is not the stories, because there's always going to be, you know, fictitious stories, but it's the paparazzi that chases us or chases any other celebrity.
He's right there.
Yeah.
That's your guy, right there.
You and
He's
you
right there.
and you
And all of you back there.
And
you guys ran me off a freeway. Not cool. Thank you.
But it can get scary, and it'll hopefully one day die down a little bit.
When Mary-Kate started a high-profile summer romance with Greek shipping heir Stavros Niarchos, the media descended upon the couple like hungry vultures. Seduced by his newfound celebrity, Stavros callously dropped the brunette beauty in pursuit of a girl better known for her love of the stockerazzi, the infamous Paris Hilton. Mary-Kate was crushed. The pressure of media scrutiny, the pain of a broken heart, and rumors of an eating disorder relapse combined to send MK packing back to LA for a reprieve. She ultimately decided to take a leave of absence from NYU, instead choosing to focus on her responsibilities at Dual Star. These days, Ashley continues her studies at NYU while maintaining active involvement in the Dual Star entertainment company she co-owns with Mary-Kate. Both girls are avidly reading scripts, and Mary-Kate is set to appear in the upcoming film Factory Girl, alongside industry heavyweights Sienna Miller, Guy Pearce, and Hayden Christensen. It will be her first role without her sister. The twins keep in touch with their true fans through their website, MaryKateandAshley.com. The website has expanded to include a blog, an advice column, and hip pics from the fashionistas themselves. Love is in the air for the girls. Ashley is happily hooked up with Subi Jeans mogul Greg Chait, while Mary-Kate has been quietly dating Uma Thurman's nephew, oil heir Maxwell Snow. They've learned to fight for what they believe in, define themselves as individuals, and taken the driver's seat in the search for their own destiny. Mary-Kate and Ashley have made a graceful transition into womanhood, stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever comes their way. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were born to be.
My pal Jack.
Ooh! You got booty! It's store-bought! Store-bought booty!
And every time I listen to Gwen Stefani's Holler Back Girl, or whatever that song is, I can't help it. I have to dance.
Really?
Like, have to dance. Ain't no holler back girl.
Everybody loves that song.
I did dive into a big man, which was pretty, I mean, it doesn't sound scary, but very scary. You think diving into real people is scary.